All right, guys. How you guys doing? This is Rendan Radio or 2DNinjas number one. Is that what you wanted to call it?
Yes.
Like not Rendan. It's Rendan Radio, but not.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been away for a while, but got some news. Today is the day that we actually launched the site, so guys can go ahead take a look around. But for those people who are probably a little lazy and would rather hear it than read it, we're basically gonna break down today what the 2D Ninjas project is, how it came about, what it's about, and just a little bit of what people can expect. So I figured what better way to do that than with my boy Forte. So Base is here.
Yep.
Base around the plus. It's been away for a long time. People asking where's the Forte. The Forte is right here. So yeah, man. But I can't believe it's finally the day. Like, how many months ago did we plan this, or did I come to you with this cockamamie idea?
Let's just say several.
Several
More
months ago.
more than three, I guess.
Yeah, more than three. So the 2D Ninjas project in and of itself is something that I came up with after being on Twitter. Like, I shut down SSR, and I had Base post up a letter, and it's a funny story because Base can attest to you that I pretty much cursed him out for putting my Twitter on SSR, on the remnants of SSR as it is. And I don't know, I'm kind of a private person. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you put it up there? And he's like, well, the people need to find a way to get in touch with you. And I'm really indebted to him. I'm glad he did because I got on and a lot of, the old school people from SSR started sending messages, sending tweets. And one of the biggest things that people kept asking me was, are you gonna, tweet CyberConnect? Are you gonna tell them to make another 2D Ninjas? First off, that's hilarious because I didn't know I had that kind of power. I actually don't have that kind of power because if I did, we wouldn't even be doing this. The game would be out. But the point is, a lot of people kept asking me, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt really defeated. I felt like there's probably no point to do it. The whole thing got into my head of, big business. They're making all of this money making 3D ninjas. Why would they go back to 2D? What's the point? That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on Twitter named Azor Sky, and he has been instrumental in getting me, getting my mind right. And he's probably the main reason I started the 2D Ninjas thing. I basically got in a conversation with him and I said the same thing I just said, which was why they don't care about us because they're going to make their money making 3D games. They don't need to make 2D games, et cetera, et cetera. And he was like, just tweet them. You never know. If you don't, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep trying to have faith. And I checked his Twitter feed, and sure enough, he was on Naruto fan, Hokage Room. Anybody that would listen to him, he was posting about how who likes the 2D games, who wants them back, and he inspired me. And so I sent a tweet to CyberConnect, and lo and behold, they actually sent something back. I felt I felt it was a little PR-ish, and it was like the guy who runs the Twitter was like, "Well, I like the 2D ones the best too, but I don't control it. Only the devs do. So all I could do is pass on your message, and hopefully they'll listen, but don't basically don't get your hopes up, kid." And at first I got upset about it, but then I thought about it, and what came to my mind was between that and them actually retweeting another tweet that I sent again, I got the idea that if we do something, if we do make some noise, if we do let them know how we feel, they can't say that they don't see us because it's been documented that you do see us and you at least have responded. So if there's an overwhelming outcry or at least a very strong base for it, they can't say, no pun intended, they can't say that we, don't have a point. They can't say that they don't hear us. And so that's what started the 2D Ninjas project, as it were. So basically, you guys saw the video and you saw the box, and I was telling Forte that caused a lot of uproar. It was hilarious. Like, quite a few people thought it was a new game, despite me saying it's not a hack, it's not a brand new game, and all of these people thought that it was. So Today's the day, but still, I'm still letting you know it's not a new game. What you guys need to realize is if we hacked a NA4, you couldn't get me to shut up about it. The, the day that I figured out that we could do it, everyone would know. And this is probably why I would never be able to enter into some kind of program with CyberConnect because I can't sign an NDA. I can't sign a non-disclosure agreement because I'm gonna run my mouth. If there's gonna be a new 2D Ninjas, everyone's gonna know about it. But the box, as I said in the video, was gonna be one of our biggest weapons. We're gonna use it to get the attention of the guys at CyberConnect. Now, again, like I said, ongoing tweets with these people here and there. I asked them a while ago how many employees they had, and they responded and told me they had about 200 employees. So our goal is going to be to send 200 of these box art kits to them. The box art kit obviously is the box, it's the cover art, and it's the disc on it with the amazing like love letter to 2D Ninjas video that my partner here put together. So I just want to say first off, man, thanks a lot for that. Like you captured exactly what I wanted to. Like we had the first one and it was all right, but I told you what I needed and you hit it on the head. And I mean, anybody who's been a part of the community for years will be able to say that your videos are like second to none.
Well, I don't know. I'm glad glad I could contribute and everything. I just hope people enjoy it and pass it on.
Yeah, I mean
Pretty
that.
much the strength in all this, I would say, comes from the advent of social media. I feel like a lot of the things that we've done in the past, I don't want to say like we're ahead of their time, but when we were doing the bulk of what we did with SSR,
Yeah,
it was definitely in a time where fighting games in general were just not as popular. There was no such thing as like an online fighting game.
yeah. Street
So
Fighter 4. I mean, obviously, as much as I get on that game, it brought new life back into the fighting game genre. Period. And like you said, the whole social media thing now is taking off. This is our chance. I mean, when else would we be able to pass this message to so many people and actually get, the developers to see it? So you're right about that. But yeah, like I was saying, we got the box, we got the video, which is amazing. And we want to get these sent out there. 200 boxes is our goal. We're trying to get at least 200 sent out there, one for every employee in CyberConnect. So that way, everybody from the sound guy to the guy that probably just, I don't know, what would a menial job be at CyberConnect? Whatever the guy who fills who refills the water cooler, that guy. Everyone's getting a box. Everyone's getting a video. Everyone's gonna see how much we care about the game. Along with the box and the video, is gonna be the letter again on the site, as you'll see. Base helped me draft a letter that basically explains what we're looking for in another game. Obviously, it doesn't get too specific. It doesn't get too in depth, but it does point out the things that are important to us, which is the actual, I don't know, being able to play the game fully. So, I mean,
essentially, the key mechanics and
yeah, the things that
changes
the
between
things,
the 2D and
yeah,
3D
the things
series.
that separate 2D from 3D, essentially. There's a lot of that, and so that's the number one main way you guys can help. You guys can send in boxes. We're gonna have a donation thing set up where, at the end of the day, it costs about $7 or $8. I had it weighed. It costs about $7 or $8 to send from America to Japan, the size of the box, everything inside of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a donation spot set up where if you want, you can just donate $5 to 2D Ninjas and give me your name and your address, and I'll send out a box in your name. It'll save you some money. And like I said, we want to be completely transparent because some people may not, want to give their money, and that's fine too. So on the site, you'll see there's the ISO for the disc, there's the inserts, there's everything. So you can print it out yourself if you want to. Only thing we ask is that when you do, just send your address over to us, your name and your address, so that we can mark you down on the list so we can know how close we are to hitting 200. Outside of that, we got, the standard letter writing type campaign thing going on. I have in the target section of the site, I have the Twitters of all the important people that I need you to just send stuff to. I don't want to be social media terrorists, but we need to bomb these dudes, email bomb them, tweet bomb them, hashtag 2DNinjas, let them know this is what you want, direct them to the site, just let our voices be heard because there's a lot of us. And I didn't realize, as funny as it sounds, how many it was. When I put up the preview video, so many people that have been a part of the community and obviously dropped off because, there hasn't been a new 2D game in forever. They started showing up. And then people who I never knew existed but loved the 2D game as much as me started showing up. As well as people who are into 3D but feel that 2D deserves a chance as well. I mean, I my whole thing is I said it before. I'll say it again. My whole thing is I don't want to bash 2D. Bash
3D.
3D. Yeah, I don't want to bash 3D because really, at the end of the day, my feeling on it is this: let's say by some miraculous miracle, they start making 2D games again. And in the process, they shut down 3D and start a whole new thing of 2D. Well, that sucks because we were on the other end of that, and I know how that feels. I would hate for the 3D community to have happen to them what happened to us, to have a game that they love just be taken away. So our message is not that. Our message is all we are saying is give 2D a chance. That's what we're saying.
The goal is to never create the us versus them
Yeah,
situation, you know?
exactly. Exactly.
It's like 5 years ago, it was G&T versus NA or NH, whatever. All those conversations. And you don't want to alienate anyone. This is like a PlayStation 2 game we're talking about. And
Exactly.
whether it be the re release or, even a new creation, the community right now is relatively small. And you want to bring people in, not, tell them we don't like you, we don't accept this.
Yeah.
It's more so making space, You don't want to replace something, you want to make space for everything.
Exactly. I mean, there's people who like everything, and that's what it's about. I mean, a controversial move for the site, which people probably won't like, is the fact that there is no forums, and that's kind of the driving force behind that. Because unfortunately, some people follow the rules, and some people just like making trouble. Whether it'll be somebody, you know what I mean? Whether it's somebody on our end that just bashes the crap out of 2D one day because 3D one day because he's having a bad day, or somebody from the other side comes in and starts a flame war talking about how 2D sucks. We don't need that. If CyberConnect is going to be visiting the site, which we hope they do, we don't need them to see that. So, like you said, it's about coexisting, making space. It's not about one thing is better than the other one.
Let Twitter be your forum, let something like or Facebook be
Exactly.
your forum.
Exactly.
Use the hashtag, use pound 2D ninjas, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
That is going to be the best way to, let your opinion be heard and not just come into, I guess, direct contention against everyone else.
Yeah. Exactly. And at the end of the day, I mean, we all just want good Naruto games. Apparently, that's all everybody wants. And so,
I
yeah.
want good games, just
Yeah,
good
of
games.
course you want good games, but I mean, does it help us if there's a good other game right now? No, we're talking about Naruto. That's what matters right now. That's what's important right now. 2D Ninja.
Gotcha, gotcha.
All right. Uh, Alternately, we're going to have also an online petition. It's my experience that these normally don't really produce anything, but you know what? It's another way to show we are Legion and show our numbers. So we're gonna have an online petition. I would love for you guys to sign it, get as many signatures as we can get in. So that's another way it can work. And like I said, we got the Twitters. I'm gonna have a X Rated from X Clan set up a Facebook page for us as well, so you guys can post on that wall. Send things to CyberConnect, and that's how we're gonna get our word across, and that's how we need you guys to help. I mean, I feel almost bad because some people really thought that we were making another game, and in that sense, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I feel like this is just as good because we can all band together and show them that we care, we can actually be heard. I mean, our end goal, honestly, my end goal for me personally, I don't speak for the whole movement. Me personally is I would love to see a new iteration of a 2D game. I really would. And like Bay said earlier, a re-release of NA2, which is arguably because people love that NH3, arguably the best 2D game. to be re-released HD, with online versus mode that'll work too. I mean, anything, just something for them to let us know. Like me and Base talked about it before. I'd accept just a tweet that said, 2D is not dead. Just let us know that they at least have something in the pipeline.
Hmm.
So, as far as how you can help, that's what it is, and that's basically what the 2D Ninjas movement is about. Outside of that, I mean, it's not just asking you guys for help and sending stuff up. We're coming back. We're gonna have a lot of fun new things happening. This site is not just a placeholder. We're gonna get back into it. I already had it planned, but to see the response from you guys when I uploaded these casuals and these tournament videos, mind you, we put that tournament together in one day. Like that's how real it was. That everybody who was at least still around in the tri-state area that can play showed up. We had like an 11-man tournament. It was supposed to be supposed to be a 14-man tournament, but Lee couldn't make it. And yeah, I'm shouting you out, Lee. He couldn't make it, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And my cousin and his girl who also played, they also couldn't make it because it was kind of last minute, but they were down for it. Everybody was down for it, and the matches were great. So to let you guys know, there will be more tournaments. I mean, tournaments in a big way. We got a lot of stuff planned. I don't really know if I should go into a lot of it, but what I will say is that we're going to showcase every 2D game at every tournament. Not every single one. Basically, we're going to try to have games from different eras. So, we're going to have like the non-bounce era. The non-bounce era is going to be UNH2. And UNH2, as you know, has a KOF style thing to it, but you can also play 2-on-2. So since we have never really had that kind of a component in our scene, we're gonna have UNH2 be played 2 versus 2 tournaments. So we're gonna have, tag matches essentially. So they're gonna be 2-on-2 tournaments, and that's gonna be amazing. I was talking to you about it before, Base. I know that you said you actually like the idea of UNH2 because you like the potential for big damage. You
Yeah.
told me that before. You like the potential for dudes just getting out of there. And I gotta say, playing it over the last few weeks, getting ready for it, it's been a lot of fun. And I mean, nothing beats Jutsu Bomb. Nothing beats you have 10% life left full shock or you're gonna die, and you just spam your jutsu to take as much block damage as you can off the next guy before your partner comes back out. So we got that. Um in the bounce era, the one that brought it in with the bounce era, we're gonna have again everyone's favorite game, NH3, Ogi the game. We're gonna have NH3. NH3 is gonna be played as well. So that should be fun for a lot of people. I'm looking at you, Foxhound. That's y'all guys' game. So keep in mind, I'm not gonna just let you take it. I'm trying hard to be the champion of NH3 because you guys embarrassed Ambu back in the day in NH3, and we're not taking it this time. We got better. We've been training. We've been eating our Wheaties. So we got NH3. We're gonna have a game that's, man, judging from stuff that I've been reading and the views, it's not too popular with a lot of people, and that is NA3G. Regardless of me hacking it and trying to make it so much better. And honestly, you guys, please give it a chance. It's a great game. It plays so much differently than every other one. Yeah, it is wacky stuff like sometimes you X dash through dudes, but I mean, it's another Naruto game and it's fun, you guys. And so we're gonna have tournaments in that as well. I predict maybe 10 people a tournament, even if the crowd is big, but so what? We're going to do it. And so we have NA3G. And of course, we got the Big Daddy, NA2. So we'll be running that as well. So there you go. Look forward to that in the future. We're going to have 4 games all going, tournaments for every game. So again, people who want to come down and who want to play, who may feel like they're better in NH3 or they feel like they could go better with a partner, or they want to take the plunge, dip their toe in and try 3G, you guys have so many options now. So you have a lot of stuff to do, and that's what we're going to do with that. Also, talking with Base, he put me on to
Mhm.
putting together a better package for you guys tournament wise. I mean, the matches all would matter. That's the truth of it. But sometimes you want a little coolness to go with it. So he's he's gonna be teaching me to use, what was it, XSplit? I'm so not
Yep,
in the
tech
loop with
split.
I'm so not in the loop with these things. Yeah, he's gonna teach me how to use that. We're gonna have some webcams going, so it's gonna have a more professional look. It's gonna take on a more, professional kind of view to it.
Yeah,
So
pretty much we're just gonna try and get the production a little more modernized, I guess. The way if any of you guys watch, the major Capcom game streams and stuff like that now, which we were streaming before them. But either way, we're gonna try and get up to that level of production and just nicely packaged media so that it's easy to consume, be it via like Twitch streams directly or just YouTube, clearing that up and making it a little more organized.
yeah, I mean, I'm with it. You gotta understand, I'm an old dude, man. I come from the days of going to tournaments and bringing a camcorder and recording the matches with a camcorder. Like that's how far back I've been playing. So this all of this newfangled stuff is new to me, but I got you, hooked me up, so I'm glad about that. So that's basically what we got new on the tournament front. On the media front, we're actually gonna attempt to do some new things too. We got Rendan Radio, as always, me and Forte.
Ooh.
There'll be a little more, old school, exciting, funny, a little bit later today is informational. And for whatever reason, Forte is very quiet today. But we'll be we'll be getting some more of that. Can we get some more Forte's rant? That's like one of the greatest segments that people still talk about to this day.
I mean, sure, we can do that. We can do everything.
Between that and cheap or not cheap, that has to be the stuff that I hear about the most from people when they talk on radio. I personally miss Cheap or Not Cheap. That was actually a really funny, ingenious kind of segment. So we got that going, as well as we're gonna have a little bit of a podcast network. We're gonna have more than one show, which is crazy. We're gonna have at least three shows at the very least. They're all still very, very early in production, so I won't go into much of them. But I will say one of them will involve me and X Rated, so that's kind of cool. You get two guys from different teams, kind of having a podcast going at it. And I promise you, they'll all be different. They won't be the same show 4 times, which would be rather pointless. They'll all be different. And that's what's up. I mean, new media, new tournament setup. We're gonna have also a dynamic way the tournaments are done. That's gonna make it different than any other set of tournaments out there. I know you're thinking, well, how else can you do it? Just play the matches, double elimination. No, you guys will see. It's gonna be awesome. I don't want to promise anything because it's so over the top. I may not be able to pull off some of it, but I will be able to pull off most of it. So you guys be ready for that.
Well, let me also say that don't just sit and wait for us to bring things to you, though. I mean, of course, it's entertaining. I would love to watch me all day, but you can go and, play the game yourself, record yourself,
Yes,
write
please.
into us. That's the type of stuff that we're trying to foster, not just
Yeah,
us delivering things to you. There might not be a forum, but again, communication and community is going to be a big part of this.
definitely. Definitely. That's a good point. Like you read my mind. I didn't obviously say it, but you read my mind, which is we need more community interaction, especially for this project that we have going on right now. That's what it's all about. We can't do it all. So we definitely need, I guess, fan interaction. We definitely need player interaction. We definitely need all of that. So yeah, don't rest. It's time for war. Put on your forehead protectors, people. We gotta go do this. So with that being said, I guess the Shishi Rendan era is over. The 2D Ninja era is here. So everybody be ready. I mean, that's all I gotta say. You got anything to add in closing, Forte?
Follow us both on Twitter.
Yep.
He is at RockmanSSR, and I am at ATL Forte since I'm displaced in Atlanta.
Yep.
Um,
And that's basically it. So hope you guys enjoy it. Please send them tweets, send them emails, send them boxes, and keep playing 2D Ninjas. Peace.